Good morning. So for today's vlog, I'm on day 60, and I count down from the day that I was admitted to the hospital for AML for my 7+3 treatment. So I'm on day 60, and I've got about 3 weeks and 2 days before I go to Stanford for my bone marrow transplant or stem cell transplant. I'm very lucky that my sister is a perfect match for me. So, blessing for that. But the time, like in between when you get treatment and when you actually go, is a hard time. It's hard to wait. It's hard to sit and wait, to make sure that you're positive all the time, to feel good about the place that you're in, to build your body strong. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that today because that's how I'm feeling today. I don't have any tests or labs today or anything like that. So I unfortunately, it gives me a lot of time to think. So, so a lot of things that I have been working on are, like I said before, my devotionals and doing those. And then another really big part of my devotional is forgiveness and the people in my life that I need to forgive, because it doesn't hinder them that I'm upset about something. It hinders me in my life and my relationships. So I've been working every day on forgiveness. But the biggest person that I'm working on forgiveness for is myself. And I didn't realize that until I was reading that in my devotionals, that the guilt that we hold for ourselves is a lot of times what holds us back from being who we want to become. So, moms out there, I know that you know this. While being a parent is it's the best thing in the world, the absolute blessing in the world, it's hard, and you have a lot of hard decisions to make, and we're not perfect. And so I blamed myself for a lot of things, and I held on to that blame. I held on to that blame tight, like that. That was my battle cry, right? That I did wrong, period, that I could have done better. And that guilt, my goodness, held me back in my relationships. So part of my journey with having cancer is that I don't want anything holding me back anymore. I want to live freely, and I want to live free from blame and free from guilt. So that's something I'm working on myself, and I hope that's something that you can work on too. So what else am I working on? I really work on keeping myself thinking positive. So I'll give you a little story. When I went to Stanford to meet my doctor and my nurse, wonderful people, good people, right? But he knows his craft so well that when he went through all of the instructions for me, he was a little too graphic for me. And I like it pretty straightforward. But I grew up on the East Coast where they're pretty blunt about everything. So I thought I could handle it. And, but when you're talking about percentages of thriving or percentages of not making it, or the side effects that you're going to have, and going into detail about those side effects, it's scary to think about. I'm not sure there's a person on earth that wouldn't be a little bit scared about hearing that, and that that's my future. So so I had a few hard days after I heard that, because it's hard to hear that you could die. And period, it's hard to hear that. So I really had to work on positive, and it doesn't help for me to worry. It doesn't help for me to think about the what ifs. I'm doing my best possible. I'm eating my best. I am working out every day. I am doing my devotionals, which keeps my mind strong. I'm having faith that I'm going to come through this, and I'm going to come through this successfully. And obviously, with faith comes my prayer. And that's what I have to focus on, and not all of the what ifs, because there's a lot of what ifs. And maybe you don't have AML, or you have some other diagnosis where there's a lot of what ifs, right? You could have this side effect, you could have that side effect, this could be the mortality rate, this could, all the, just, my gosh, you get online and you'll come up with all of the what ifs. So when the what ifs start to come into my head, I actively say no. I say no, that will not happen. I will be successful. I have a new life coming. And I tell myself that no, we're not going to think about the what ifs, because I don't want to spend my time there. Time is so precious. I realized when I got this diagnosis, and my doctor, who was very blunt with me, said that if I did not get treatment, I would die within this year. So, which is not very far away. So real quick, you decide what's important. Real quick, you decide what your priorities are. Real quick, you decide who you want to spend time with. And real quick, you decide what you're going to let in. And I'm not going to let in the negative. I can't. I have to live. I have a 9-year-old. I have 4 other kids that are adults, but they still need me, and I need them. I have a husband and farm, and all of those things need me, and I need them, and I want to be here. I want to live. I have a lot more to give. So make a list for yourself. Get right with yourself on what you prioritize, where you want to be. I worked really hard since the diagnosis to be present and not be thinking about, okay, I'm going to be happy when I do this at work, or when I do that at work, or I'll be happy when I finish this in my house, or I'll be happy if my kid does this. We got to stop living like that. We got to start living in the here and the now. When one of our kids comes up to us, and I know we can't always do everything they ask, but if there's a place where you can be present with them, then do it, because who knows how much time we have. And let me tell you, when you're given a 3-month mark without treatment, you start thinking real hard about what's important to you, and how much everybody means to you in your life, and how every second counts. Every second. And I'm so grateful that I get to wake up just today. I woke up and it's sunny, and I get to see my kids today, and I get to exercise, and I get to eat healthy, and all these great things that I get to do are what I want to focus on, and not the negative. So I hope this helps to encourage you and to spur you on that you're loved, and you're appreciated, and you're strong, and you're beautiful, and you're courageous. And remember that having courage is not doing something without fear, right? Because we experience fear, okay? But it's facing the fear and saying, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to succeed anyway. That's what courage is. And so each one of you has courage. And I encourage you to be your best possible. I encourage you to be present. And I encourage you to reach out to the people that you love and just be a love for them, love on them. Okay. Have the best day ever. Bye.